fluke over the last couple of days. It's something we talk about is like process over results. But is it frustrating to sort of go through the process of trying to put your best foot forward here and not get the, like, where's that balance?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, obviously. You play the game to win, and no matter if, the points don't matter or anything else doesn't matter. You play the game to win, and you play the full 60. So obviously disappointed, and I mean, we played hard tonight. It just pucks didn't really go our way, and we just gotta keep going and bring our A game next game.
Was it a matter of just like how tight they were keeping it? Like, what did you sort of see out there for not?
I don't know. We had our chances. We had some chances, and didn't get a lot of pucks through, and they did a good job keeping us to the outside. But it's something we need to work on, and we'll definitely correct that before games really matter.
Look, do you feel as though the team is gathering some type of momentum in certain areas of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Boston, I think all 20 of us played really bad. Last game played pretty good for most of it, just tough bounces at the end, and tonight it's a 1-goal game. So I think we're a really good team, and guys in this locker room know that, and we're gearing up for playoffs, but we just got to keep going and be ready to play these games.
Luke, how are you feeling about your individual game and where you're at?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel really good about my game. I think I've grown from my first year to my second year, and now I think my game's in a really good spot for playoffs, and I think my defensive game has grown astronomically this year, and I mean, I'm happy with my game, and I just got to keep getting better every day and keep pushing myself up the mountain.
Do you think the team is doing enough offensively to generate quality scoring chances right now? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying. I mean, it's harder than it looks, but the guys are trying. Tonight we were probably on the perimeter too much, but we're trying to get pucks through and trying to create plays and create space and time and space, and some nights it just doesn't go your way, and every game has its own spirit, I guess you could say, and tonight it didn't go our way.
Halsey, one of the things that Sheldon has kind of talked about is process sometimes over results when you're at this point of the season. What did you kind of see from you guys? Because really a fluky goal, and otherwise, really.
Yeah, we're. I feel like we're working. I feel like the effort is there. The intentions are there. It's a tough situation in some ways, and we're just working on our game, and that's about it.
What did you like particularly maybe about the way you're able to work on your game? And is it tough when you're not getting, you know what I mean, like the results over?
Well, losing's not fun, and no matter the situation, that's not what you want to be doing at the end of the year. You want to feel good, rolling into playoffs and not losing games. So, first and foremost, we have 2 games left, and we gotta get in the win column here and feel good about ourselves going into the playoffs.
Have to feel good about the way the PK, I mean, it has been all year, but particularly today was a huge component.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to be killing as much as we are, but yeah, it's good reps and did a good job on there.
What type of lessons can you guys take away from this game as you guys get set for next week?
Yeah, I think the Islanders did a great job of playing us tight and keeping us away from the inside and looking forward to next week. That's kind of what's Carolina's forte is. They're tight. They try to keep you to the outside, take time and space away. So it was a good practice reps in that.
So getting the chance to be able to practice that, is this something that you guys have found to be able to try to figure a way to counter that when the lights shine brightest?
Well, it's just something that, against teams that are good defensively, you got to, be able to get the pucks off the yellow, get to the inside, get to the scoring areas, and, that's something that we weren't at our best today, and something we need to get better at.
We've had lots of conversations over the last few days about process over results or process and results and kind of the difference between the two at this time of year. What did you kind of see? Because one goal gets behind your goaltender, fluky kind of or just a situation in front of the net. How do you sort of evaluate this process?
Yeah, I really liked our start, and I'd say I liked our finish. Probably like the 30 minutes in between there, like the last 10 minutes of the first, pretty much the whole second period. I'd say probably 40 of the 60. I'd say we just weren't good enough for me, just in terms of offense. I mean, defensively we were good, didn't give up much. Markey was really good. So those are positives, of course. And as you say, we make one pretty big mistake. That's the difference in the game ultimately. But I just didn't think we had enough offensively. Aside from we had a surge at the start of the game, which you love to see. You want to get to a good start. It's 2 games in a row now. I've really liked how we've come out and started the game. And then I like the surge at the end. I thought, we probably should have had one if we can execute a little bit better and hit the net a little more. But, all in all, it's a pretty sleepy game.
Do you think that it's because of where we are at in the season and just what's ahead?
I'm gonna believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Only because you know what, I look around the league, and any of the teams in the same situation as us, and listen to their coaches speaking, they're saying the same things. They want to get on with this. So it's kind of the way it is. You got to finish the schedule. It's an 82-game schedule. I'm really excited for us to get on the road. We've been at home way too much. It's not normal. We've been 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks here straight at home. I think everybody, we need to get away, get back into a regular sort of NHL routine, and we'll go on the road tomorrow. Looking forward to playing on the road. We'll take the positive things out of this game, but also the things that we know we need to do a better job of. We chatted a bunch about that in the second intermission. Just offensively, we're just not making enough plays. Like we're just shooting the shin pads or just keeping the puck on the wall. Like, there's no offense there, so we've got to do a better job of that, which is why I like the start of the first and the end of the third. I thought we did a much better job, and that's what we need more of.
Your PK got a lot of work tonight, probably maybe a little bit too much, I'm sure, for your liking, but that was a real strong point here. Where's that balance?
Well, I thought the PK in the first period was probably our worst one of the season, quite frankly, and I didn't like that at all. But we did get a 5-minute penalty that we had to find our way through, and I love the way the guys responded on that. That was like the group pulling together and did a really, really nice job through that one. So that was very, very encouraging to see. That was good.
Are you happy with Markstrom's game and where he's kind of trending heading into the postseason?
I thought Markey was excellent here today. There was a few standouts in the game for me. Markey certainly was one of them. I thought Nemec was really good on defense as well. I thought he played with a lot of confidence, moved the puck really well. That was a good, efficient game from him. Those are the kind of the standouts for me. That we had a lot of guys that were fine in the game, but Markey was really solid, even though not tested a great deal. He looked real solid, which was very positive.
You mentioned the offense struggling a little bit today. Are there any specific adjustments that you feel you need to make over the next week?
I don't know if it's the next week necessarily. We've been an offensively challenged team most of the season, and we've been talking about a lot of different things. And it's when you're stuck on the wall, there's no offense. When you get into the middle of the ice, there's offense. You make some plays, there's offense. You get pucks to the net, there's offense. When we're going really well, we give ourselves a chance. And when we're not going well, you're going to get shut out. That's just kind of the way it goes, and it's not necessarily new for our team.
And when you have that 5-minute penalty kill, is there anything different that you say on the bench to the penalty killers?
No, it's just, we had talked in the first intermission. We didn't like our special teams again here today in that first period. Power play was no good. Penalty kill was no good. So we had talked in the first intermission just about needing to be better. Our special teams have carried us through, and I know there's nothing at stake necessarily in these games, but we don't want to take a step backwards in that regard, and needed more urgency. And then you get a 5-minute kill. Like this is big. It has potential to go real bad for you if you don't respond. And I thought the group responded really well. Tried to use more of my bench. That would probably be the difference, is just use more guys. In fact, even Timo Meier, I put him out there. I think it might have been his first penalty kill shift of the season, and did a tremendous job for us. Just didn't want guys sitting for too long. So I like the way we did, the way that we got through that. That was more indicative of where a penalty kill has been all season, which has been so vital.
When you called that timeout after the Horvat goal, were you just trying to get a little extra time to look at that play?
Yeah,
Offside,
we thought it was really close to offside, and we only had really one view of it. That, like, we just were unsure. We thought if we could buy a little more time, we could maybe get another replay or two. Fortunately, all the camera feeds and stuff in the building didn't cooperate, and it didn't offer us much. But I have a history of that. Like, just sometimes you can buy an extra bit of time, and a couple angles come in that maybe give you a full story. I thought that one was really close and worth an opportunity to look at it. Not to mention also a time and a chance for us as a coaching staff to, clean up our process. We haven't had coaches' challenges all season. So going into playoffs is a chance for us to just make sure we're all on the same page in managing a situation like that. So I just, decided to burn my time out to A, get the camera angles, and B, just, make sure we're tuned up and ready to go.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.